Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Kenyans, the ODM party is seriously making their stand as you speak in this regarding Gachagua's impeachment. And I want to tell you, according to what I have listened to several members of parliament allied to ODM party, it is very clear they are going to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. I thought like they were going to make maybe their own decision not to be part and parcel of this impeachment motion of Rigathi Gachagua. But as we speak, the majority of the ODM members of parliament in the National Assembly and in the Senate Assembly, they are going to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. And as I was just listening to Otiende Amolo, they're coming out to claim they must have a substantive, of course, stand towards this impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. And I was shocked as I also listened to Mishi Mboko, I've listened to Meli Odhiambo and several others like Junet Mohammed. These people are sending Rigathi Gachagua home, and that is their decision. But now, I want you to listen to Otiende Amolo. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, just do me a favor, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel. Because sometimes you watch the video and you forget liking the video. This is just a reminder. At the same time you watch the video, ensure you like the video. Thank you so much for that like. Let us listen to Otiende Amolo.
Mr. Speaker, some have told me and have told us that this is not our war. But, Mr. Speaker, they do not know that in circumstances of combat, a bystander is at greater risk than a combatant. You must choose your sides. And I've chosen, Mr. Speaker, after listening to the display of jingoism by the Deputy President, after listening to the self-entitlement for 2.5 hours, after listening to the disdain of governance institutions, this Parliament and the courts, after listening to the DP threatening that Parliament and the court should know that it's not easy to remove a Deputy President who had 7.2 million votes. Mr. Speaker, after treating Kenyans as fools by trying to mislead on the intent and purpose of his utterances on the idea of government being a company, it was easy for me to make a decision to cast my lot with impeachment of the Deputy President. Mr. Speaker, there can be much to say on the reasons. It is easy, for example, Mr. Speaker, to talk about the confessions of the Deputy President regarding 600 million that his son under 30 years was able to acquire. And he says, without tabling any evidence, that it was acquired from a bank. But he admits, Mr. Speaker, more importantly, two things. One, that the property in issue was government property irregularly acquired without the usual procurement processes. He also admits, Mr. Speaker, that the son was able to be given, a moratorium of 1 year not to pay anything while enjoying the proceeds. And the DP thinks there's nothing wrong with that. It is for good reason that the anti-corruption laws in this country do not limit themselves to the individual. They go to the spouse and the children. It is for such reasons. Mr. Speaker, it is also interesting that the DP admits to abuse of office. How does it do that? The DP admits to abuse of office on the issue of KEMSA. It is important, and this bears repetition, that the evidence tabled by the Honorable Mutuse includes an affidavit by Dr. Mulwa. That affidavit at paragraph 5 is very instructive, and it says that the DP's phone calls was aimed at interfering and covering procurement irregularities. And that is on a direct affidavit. But more importantly, if you look at page 69, you will see the SMSs. And that SMS, the son of the Deputy President, Dr. Ekinu Rigathi, has the courage to say that there is a document for His Excellency we are trying to collect, not for himself, not for any other company, for His Excellency. And the fact, Mr. Speaker, that the DP admits to these processes and sees nothing wrong with it is a very serious matter.
Additionally, Otiende Amolo is coming out to even leak their decision as ODM party. That no matter what, all the allegations, all the charges against Rigathi Gachagua is very clear for them that even the pressure of Rigathi Gachagua yesterday during the night has already given them a conclusion of impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. And there is no doubt about that.
Speaker, for one who is not corrupt, you can explain it in a sentence, period. To take 90 minutes is in itself prima facie evidence that there's corruption. Mr. Speaker, on the Kemsa issue, other than their affidavit and their interference, the affidavit, the DP then admits interference. Whoever advised the DP to do that live interview could not have had his interest at heart, but has made our work much the easier. Because now there are self-incriminations, confessions, and admissions that we can work with. Mr. Speaker, it is clear from yesterday's presentation that the Deputy President can no longer deputize the President. The role of any deputy under the Constitution is to deputize. Mr. Speaker, I crave for just 2 more minutes. So that, Mr. Speaker, even the fact, Mr. Speaker, it is not a ground of the impeachment by Honorable Mwangi Mutuse, but it has become a clear ground from yesterday's interview that the DP is incapable of deputizing the President. And if we needed an independent ground, that is very clear. It is also clear that the DP can no longer be part of a cabinet. It is a basic rule in terms of labor law. If you cannot work with your boss, if you insubordinate your boss, if one person is to go, is the subordinate.
Again, as I was listening to Mishi Mboko, Kenyans, I'm telling you, Mishi Mboko also decided to destroy Rigathi Gachagua live on camera. And even you can understand there is that grudge that is still in between the ODM and the Rigathi Gachagua. Do you remember this name of Gachagua came from ODM members in Azimio, where they claimed that Rigathi Gachagua was so terrible as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And even they had a solution. They rather have William Ruto as the President than having Rigathi Gachagua taking over as the President of the Republic of Kenya, or also Rigathi Gachagua as the Deputy President was so a shame to them. Listen to Mishimbo.
Hayo vitendo vimeonyesha ya kwamba yeye si msaidizi. Kuna wakati ule wa Gen Z, wakati rais ametoa hotuba hapa Nairobi ya kutoa mwelekeo wa kitaifa na jambo lile, yeye alikuwa Mombasa akitoa hotuba ambayo ilikuwa inazungumza tofauti na ile hotuba ya rais, na hapo pia akatia fitina katika taasisi zetu za kiserikali na kumlaumu Bwana Nurdin Haji. Kwa hivyo imeonyesha ya kwamba yeye ni kama anachukua nafasi ile ya rais, hachukui ile nafasi ya kwamba yeye ni msaidizi. Vile vile pia tumeona ya kwamba naibu wa rais amekiuka katiba na kuwa amezungumzia utovu wa nidhamu kwa hali ya juu. Ile Kiingereza tunasema gross misconduct. Kwa mfano, aliita mmoja wetu Mheshimiwa Jematia na kumuita malaya. Unapoita mwanamke yoyote malaya, umeita wamama wote wa Kenya malaya. Sisi si malaya, sisi ni kina mama na sisi ni viongozi. Hatuwezi tukakubali naibu wa rais kutuita malaya. Akarudi akasema hawa mama wa Mount Kenya ambao wako pamoja na mimi, hawa ni wamama, wote ni wamama wa rais. Hawa ni wamama wake. Alikuwa anamaanisha nini? Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua, huna heshima kwa kina mama wa taifa hili la Kenya. Vile vile katika huo utovu wa nidhamu, tunaona sehemu ya Nyandarua alinunua shamba ambalo kina mama walikuwa wamelima mahindi, wamelima viazi, wamelima zile mushiri. Alimweka pale MCA na wakavuruga hiyo chakula yote. Angekuwa yeye ana hekima kama kiongozi, angeacha vikue, watu wavune, alafu achukue hilo shamba. Lakini ni kwamba hana nidhamu na wala hana kufikiria Wakenya kama naibu wa rais.
So according to my summary, I can clearly tell that the majority members of parliament from ODM party, they are going to send Rigathi Gachagua home. I'm telling you. And you just imagine, ODM party is second largest party in the National Assembly after UDA party. You just imagine William Ruto is having majority members of parliament in UDA who have declared to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. But on this same note, we are having ODM as a second largest party, also joining the first largest party in the National Assembly. Then you add with independent members of parliament. These people, they have decided and they crafted this well. They're sending Rigathi Gachagua home. But again, let me not have assumption that it has already happened. Let us wait. Because Rigathi Gachagua is to present himself before the parliament at 5 p.m. Let us just wait how things are going to be. But again, it is an assurance that ODM has taken their side. And is there something secretive behind the ODM being part and parcel of this impeaching Rigathi Gachagua? Number one, remember, their members are in the cabinet. And so they must do what their master is telling them. And they cannot stand aside and just watch how UDA wanangangana na hiyo vita. They have said, kama vita imetokea, hata hao lazima wakuwe na position. Na position yao ni kwamba they must send Rigathi Gachagua home. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till you meet in another video.